Morning, it's Mike Montgomery here. It's January 10th of 2017 here in the study, and I want to come back to you today on the subject of choices. How do we make choices and what choices we make? And I believe strongly that the decision process of making choices is very, very important. And something that has crept into our churches is a thing called pragmatism or situational ethics. And we put ourselves in this situation where we have to make a choice, and we feel like that we're forced to choose. I can do this, and if I go down this road over here, a rock's going to fall on my head. If I go down this road, I'm going to fall into quicksand. Well, I think I'm better at getting out of quicksand than I am dodging rocks, and so I'm going to go this way. And we make that choice, and we do that kind of pragmatic evaluation all the time. We buy a lawnmower, we determine whether or not it's going to work better for us, or if it's heavy enough for our yard, or not too heavy for us to push, or whatever. And we make all kinds of choices, determining the end of something and looking ahead and foreseeing, and there's wisdom in that. The problem is when we make our choices before we consider, are either one of these right? And so we say, well, I have to make a choice. I have to make a choice. And so often when we're pushed to make a choice, we're not stopping to consider, is this right and is this right? And if it's neither one of them are right, then I need to stand on principle. I need to stand for truth, not choose what I think was going to work out better for me. Because ultimately, I'm not trusting God in that moment. There's a time in the nation of Israel, the time of Judges. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes. What was he doing? He was trying to figure out what was going to work out best, what was going to be morally right for him to do. And it was an internal moral compass, but it was not an objective moral compass. It was his own moral compass. He was doing what he thought was going to work out best. And ultimately, what that's going to mean is what's going to work out best for me. And so that's how we make our decisions. So what we have to do is stop and even be willing to reject the question. Which one are you going to do? I'm not going to do either. I'm going to stand here on this principle, and I'm going to do right. So pragmatism says, let's just figure out what's going to work. And man, if there's anything we want in America, we want what works. Give me the team that knows how to win a game. Give me what works. Give me the car that knows how to pull the load. The truck that can pull the load. What works? Give me the cleaner that really gets it clean. And we want the thing that works. And that's all wonderful and fine. And I'm glad to say the gospel works. But so often what we're looking at is the gospel as some kind of consumer product that somehow or another I can take a little pill. Well, it didn't solve me. I tried church and it didn't work. No, that's not the way it works at all. It is right to do right, whether right wins or loses. And so do right. Stand on principle and say, I'm not going to give in, even though it looks like where I'm standing is going to cause great suffering or great trouble to me. I'm going to stand on principle. And so don't fall into the situational ethics mentality of our culture. Don't fall into the idea that pragmatism is the only thing we ought to consider. Obviously, we consider pragmatically whether something's going to work or not. Pragmatically, I sit back and choose whether or not we should meet on Saturdays or Thursdays or Tuesday nights for outreach, or maybe we should do it on Sunday afternoon. And you can decide all kinds of different ways and programs that might work better for your church or for your people or your family. And you can have pragmatic observations. But then the question is, first, before you consider the pragmatism of it, ask yourself, is this right? Should we give it up? Should we stand for it? And determine right before you determine convenience. So hope that's helped to you. Hope it'll challenge you today. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow morning.